In service-based businesses, especially in the cleaning and building service contracting world, long-term success often comes down to relationships, not just contracts. In this episode of Straight Talk, we're going to welcome back a business coach who's going to share how to build genuine, authentic relationships by truly getting to know customers both personally and professionally. We're going to explore why trust matters, how curiosity strengthens partnerships, and what contractors can do to move beyond transactional interactions to become valued long-term partners. And my guest is Larry Levine. How you doing today?
Good. What's going on, Jeff Cross? Great
Same old
seeing you.
stuff. Yeah. This is our second episode together. I like looking at those books. They look really cool.
I love reading me some books, Jeff.
Well, that's how we learn, and it's valuable. Larry, the last one we did was on the trust gap. Thousands of views of that program. People wanted to know about the trust gap. So that's nice to see. If you're ready, let's talk about a component of that. This building genuine relationships with customers. To you, what does that look like in the service business, not just in theory, but in day-to-day interactions?
Oh, this is good. And when I start thinking about the service-based industry, highly, highly relational, very relational. But here's the flip side to that, and we'll peel this back when we start talking about authentic relationships, is how many of these people can really understand and define what the relationship looks like. They may say, hey, I got good relationships with my customers, but are they congruent? Is there alignment? Is the relationship you believe to have with your customer, is that exactly what the customer thinks the relationship is? And I'm not here to cast dark shadow in the beginning of our time together, but it's just to get service-based professionals to stop and think. I'm in the relationship building business. What is it about this relationship that makes it the relationship that it is? Can I understand it? Can I define it? Are there congruencies? Am I in a relational alignment with my customers? And if the answer is I don't know, I'm not sure, there's some opportunity to improve and we'll peel this thing back.
What you said reminds me of a conversation I heard years ago when we're talking about the relationship building part of this. And the expert made a joke. He's like, if I asked you, do you want to have a relationship with your plumber? What would you say? It's like,
No,
oh,
just he just needs to come over here and take care of what he needs to take care
fix
of.
it.
Yeah.
So there's that element of it in business. We want to have that relationship building process, but I guess it's the type of relationship that we need to think about. Learning about a customer's goals, the pressures they have on them, their priorities. That's part of this. What would you say to that? Is that how do you build a relationship by understanding that?
It's massively important because it's fair to say a vast majority of the people in service-based business are in some type of recurring business model. So there's always that recurring revenues that are coming in. You're always going back to see these people. Fair to say. Here's my question. What do you really know about these people? You're seeing them on some kind of consistent basis. Just because y'all show up and you sell them things that they buy from you doesn't constitute a relationship. It may constitute a transaction that's happening, and they may not know any different. Here's my challenge, and I really want people. I'm going to set this up, and then I'll take this as deep as you want to go, Jeff. But I want the listeners or the viewers that are watching this right now, and I'm going to prove this whole relational strength out here in about less than 2 minutes. I want everyone to think about their best customer, however they define their best customer. So I want everyone to picture it in their head right now. Lock it in. This is that customer that if they went elsewhere, it would hurt. It'd be painful if they went somewhere else. Here's the question for everyone out there in service-based business world, regardless of the titles you all have, upper level, mid-level, lower level management, even into sales. What is it that you really know about that customer? What is it you really know? How many people do you really know? How many of those people actually really know you? What are their goals, their initiatives, their challenges? What are they working on in the next 90 days? Where do they see their business a year from now? And if they can't understand that, maybe where do they see their business 90 days from now or even 6 months from now? Some of you might be going, Larry, well, why is this so important? I just sell things. This has everything to do with you creating long-term sales sustainability in a very relational based business. We talk about authenticity, we talk about congruency, but yet most sellers have a hard time justifying or even answering what is it that I really know about this business? How many people do I really know? How many of them really know me? And do I know their goals, initiatives, and challenges? Simple as that, not to complicate it. Simple stuff. A lot of people might think about it, but if we can unpack this, every business that you all are selling things to has goals, initiatives, and challenges. And guess what? Even if they don't, that's your opportunity as a professional to sit down with them and help guide them. If you can help guide them, guess what happens? They buy more things from you at higher prices. And I know that's what y'all want.
That's the goal. That's the goal for sure. No, I think that's a good question though. The what is a good customer, the best customer? Because I've seen companies that want all the customers. They're like, I want all the work, and they feel challenged when there's competition. But that's the wrong way to look at it. I think of zeroing in on the best customer is the way to do it. I think of Larry. Maybe you agree with this. Uh, a good customer is going to value the outcome of the relationship. And it's not just a transaction. They're going to respect what you do as a company. They're going to respect you as a business owner. They're going to advocate for you as well. They're going to talk about you. I mean, it's not how we as people deal with good experiences. You go to a nice restaurant, maybe it's a Italian restaurant, you love it. As you're sitting there, what happens to you as you're enjoying that meal? What goes through your mind? I'm thinking,
Yep.
you're thinking,
Yep.
who can I tell about this? Because you want others to experience that. Now, a restaurant is maybe a simple illustration compared to a cleaning contract, but we can have that same type of outcome by treating our clients in the best way possible.
Yeah, so let's think about what you just said in the context of a service-based business who are always going back to see
Mhm.
people on a continual basis. We've all experienced it. I've experienced it, in my selling days. Jeff, I'm sure you have, as well as anybody who's listening or watching this. Some of your best customers, some of your strongest relationships, again, how you all define strong relationship, there's some alignment. There's some commonalities, there's mutual respect, right? You might share the same kind of values, though it's not going to be all of them, but you're going to share some of them. There's going to be some alignment. Y'all are going to be rowing this boat together in a very collaborative direction. But yet the flip side is we've all taken on customers that somewhere along the line we go, why did we do that? Why did we do that? It's the transactional mindset that happens in almost every industry, including service-based businesses. I want everything. I want it all. I want it all. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way. If we could peel back some of this and say, hey, I want to find the customers out there that share the same values, maybe the same morals, same characteristics. I can build better relationships with those people. I can become tighter with those people. That creates sustainability, but something else happens along the way. I start to increase my revenue and I start to increase my profit. My client retention goes up and I get more referrals.
Yeah, I want to dig into that referral part in a moment, but I was just thinking when you have that great business relationship with a client, you really become a partner. And as you grow and as they grow, that partnership continues to strengthen. It's sad to see when some companies don't value that. They don't recognize what that is and they treat it as a transaction and then it erodes over time. So you build it, you have a great opportunity, and then you might lose it. So that's something I've seen happen because some companies they perform at a certain level for a while and then it just complacency maybe that happens.
I think so. And it's really, really, really tough, especially with this transactional mindset that
Mhm.
happens straight across. It happens in industries outside of service-based industries. Is we have to remove the it's hard. And again, this is how my brain works, Jeff. So I want everyone to follow along with me on this. I really strongly believe this. It's hard to build a genuine, congruent, authentic relationship based on values, based on morals, based on high levels of integrity if you bring this transactional approach to business. It's somehow it just doesn't go hand in hand. And it just goes back to the question that I had asked everyone to think about. Think about your best customer and how many people do you really know and how many of them really know you. It concerns me, and hopefully it concerns the people that are listening or watching to this. We got some room to improve, especially if 20% of your top customers are driving 80% of your business in a very highly relational industry. I need to double down on the relational strength and build this alignment with people, which means I may have to ask some tough questions. I may have to weed out some people. That's okay if we want to create sustainability.
As you talk about that, I think of businesses that we might be dealing with out there that we're the client, right? We're the customer. I'm not seeing a lot of that myself. I'm seeing the more transactional or the attitude that they might have is they don't really care. As long as there's enough work, they're getting by. Maybe that's not how they feel, but that's what I kind of see.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster, right?
Yep.
I mean, for me, if I'm a business owner of a service-based business, why do I want to ride this roller coaster of relationships and so forth? There's peaks and valleys, there's cycles to all of this. But if I can really, and this is my challenge to everybody, I'd like for everyone, again, I'm going back to this best customer. I want everyone to think about your best customer and what makes it that best customer. What is it? What are the commonalities around all of that? I'm going to challenge people to think about this. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen and you write down the name of that business. Write down the people that you interact with the most. And what is it? What are the commonalities behind all this? Then here's my challenge. Go find more companies just like them. Weed out the ones who are not like them, which guess what? Means, I might have to ask people to go elsewhere. That's okay. But if you want to have a healthy business, we got to get rid of this transactional mindset. You're always chasing transactions. When we always chase transactions, you're in this 30-day window all the time. Some people go, Larry, you just don't get it. Hey, I get it. I've been there. I've been in that boat before where you're always chasing the 30 days and the 60 days. That pays the bills. But if you want to create long-term success for your business, we got to take a longer term approach, which means I got to find the right types of customers that fit based on our values, our mission, the vision of this company. They're out there. You just got to go find them and ask better questions.
Yes. It's also up to you to be the best company. If you're looking for the best client, they have to feel the same about you. It's that partnership I go back to. They, so we all have vendors who may serve us in our homes and our businesses, and it works both ways. You want to be the best customer, but they have to be the best company. And to me, that comes down to that trust again, because if I need something done, I don't want to have to worry about will it get done or will they provide the service I need. I just know they will.
Yeah, no, 100%. And here's what's interesting. I want people to really hone in on the words you all use.
Hmm.
And I see this happening. I'm just going to throw some common ones out just so everyone can start laughing. I want to be your trusted partner. I want to build relationships with you. Uh, I'm your partner here at insert name of company. Folks, how many times have people heard that? More often than not, I'm here to tell you that. So if you're going to use the words, I'm here, I'm committed, I'm going to be your trusted partner, I'm here for the long haul, then guess what? Y'all got to back it up. your words you use, your messaging you use. People are a lot smarter than you think they are. It's not their first rodeo in talking to somebody who happens to sell the stuff that you all sell. It's how you show up. It's how you show up intentionally. It's how you show up with integrity. It's how you show up not with transactional speak. There's a lot of transactional speak there. It's hard to build authentic relationships, congruent, meaningful relationships when you walk, talk, and act like a transaction. People are smart today. They will pick up on all of this stuff. And this is the conundrum that highly relational sellers in industries like yours fall into. They want to be liked and they want to be friends. They go, man, all I got to do is get Jeff to like me. I want Jeff to be my friend. That constitutes a relationship. Maybe, not really, because those types of relationships are replaceable.
The thought you shared about the things we say, I think of a guarantee. Every company has guarantees and they're all the same. So you're right about that. We're your trusted partner. We'll do the very best for you. Those are words. Um, I don't really put much stock in that myself. It's the actions that a company takes because they all say the same thing. I remember back in the days, you're probably not old enough to remember this, Larry, Yellow Pages.
Uh, hey, I let my fingers do the walking, Jeff Cross.
So when you did that and you went through all those ads, because I was there as well as a business owner, all those ads said the same thing. I mean, the only difference was when you actually did a transaction, there's that word transaction with them, that you learned that if they were different or not. So that's you have to have that experience. That business experience has to happen before you really know what this company is like and where before you know what this customer is like.
Oh, so true. Hey, will you allow me to leave your listeners and viewers with an action item they could immediately take out in the field? And I think would help them immensely in unpacking relationships.
Sounds like a good closer. Go for it.
Oh, so here's what I want you to do. I'm going to double dog dare anybody to do this. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes. But there's going to be gold at the end of all of this. Again, I want you to go back to your best customer, the one that puts a smile on your face when you're having a bad day, the one when you've been told no 10 straight times, you're going to go walk back into that office because they know they're going to buy something from you and everyone slaps high fives. Y'all laugh and you do all that. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Y'all have one. Here's my ask and here's my challenge. I want you to sit down with this person. You can't do it over email, can't do it over the phone. That's the chicken way out of this. I want you to lock eyeballs with these people. And when you lock eyeballs with these people, here's what I'm going to ask you to ask. And Jeff, I'm going to use your name as this just to personalize this to give everyone some context around it. Jeff's one of my best customers. Jeff and I have been doing business together for quite some time. I'm going to look Jeff in the eye. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to say, Jeff, I'm so grateful for the opportunity that you've given me to serve you over the last couple years. Means a lot. Thank you. As we start thinking about this relationship that we've built over the last couple years, here's my ask. What does a trusted business relationship look like? And what words would you use to describe that relationship? And how do you know? What's the signal? How do you know, Jeff, when you're in that trusted business relationship? Everybody, then you got to pause. You can't say a word. You can't say a word. You may get some awkward looks. If the relationship's as strong as I believe it is, they should be able to answer like that. If it's not, doesn't mean game's over. It means you all got some work to do to find out what constitutes all that. That's my challenge to everyone who's watching or listening.